की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं, मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। बाबा खड़े हैं पास मेरे, दिल से दुआएं मांगू। बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं, मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। बाबा खड़े हैं पास मेरे, दिल से दुआएं मांगू। बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे। देखूं मैं जहाँ भी रूप तेरा ही सामने आए, वर्षा वरदानों की मेरे मन पे तू बरसाए। रूहानी दृष्टि दे दे, रूहानी दृष्टि दे दे, इतनी दुआएं मांगू। मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। बाबा खड़े हैं पास मेरे, दिल से दुआएं मांगू। बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे। नित दिन हर पल पल साथ तेरे मैं मिलन मनाऊं। ख्वाबों ख्यालों में तुझे अपने ही पास में पाऊं। जीवन के हर मोड़ पे तेरा, जीवन के हर मोड़ पे तेरा साथ मैं तो मांगू। मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। बाबा खड़े हैं पास मेरे, दिल से दुआएं मांगू। बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे। मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। मन की आँखों से हर पल ही तुझको देखूं। बाबा खड़े हैं पास मेरे, दिल से दुआएं मांगूं। बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे, बाबा मेरे।
दादी जी, वर्तमान समय यहाँ पर लगभग 1000
There are about 1,000 brothers and sisters from double foreign brothers and sisters from foreign. And Dadi Janki has said that before Shivratri we will finish all our waste thoughts, and for that we have put to this yagya in which everyone has sacrificed their waste thoughts. So today, let us listen to Bap Dada's inspirations through Bap Dada. I think you're not getting good translation. I think there's something wrong, yes? Okay, just a sec, I will check.
बाप दादा की दृष्टि दादी के द्वारा मिलेंगे, इसलिए आप सभी शांति में बैठे रहे अंत तक। थैंक यू।
ओम शांति। आज आप सभी ने बाप दादा के श्रीमत को प्रैक्टिकल में
have brought Baba's Shrimat into practical form. Bap Dada has said that our waste thoughts have to be finished. And so this is the sacrificial fire for finishing off all of the waste thoughts that you have now taken care of that, and all of you have sacrificed these, and everything that has been given now belongs to someone else. We have given it. And suppose it comes back to you, then what would you do? It's come to you because for half of the kalpa you have made these waste thoughts into your companions. And so they're not going to disappear just like that. So suppose they do come back to you, then what will you do? You must have thought about this situation, because anything that is given away, if by mistake it comes back to us, then things that belong to someone else you do not keep with yourself, because if you do, it's as if you have taken for yourself that which is belonging to someone else. And so if they do come, I remember I was in Delhi and I went to tie Rakhi to a secretary, a government secretary. And in India, when we tie Rakhi, it is sisters who tie the Rakhi on brothers, and they definitely give something. And so the Prime Minister, ministers, secretaries are the people that we go to tie Rakhi, and they prepare an envelope and give that to us. And so we tied Rakhi, and we said to him, this is a spiritual Rakhi. We are not just coming to tie a Rakhi and then the brother will protect. No, our Rakhi is different.
ये हमारी आध्यात्मिक राखी
This is a spiritual Rakhi,
पवित्र बनो और योगी बनो इसकी
and it is for the
प्रतिज्ञा
promise, for asking you to make a promise of becoming yogi and holy, pure.
हमने कहा हमने देखा है
And so he said, what should I give you? And we said that we see that you have some bad pennies.
वो बेचारा वारा हो गया
And he became embarrassed.
छोटे पैसे तो आजकल चलते ही नहीं है
He said, no, actually counterfeit money doesn't operate these
तो
days.
मेरे पास कैसे आपने देखा कहाँ देखा
So how come you have seen that I am
आपको तो पता
using
नहीं है, मेरे
counterfeit
पास
money?
छोटे पैसे हैं आप कहती हो मैंने देखा
You
है
say that you have seen it and I don't have any, so how did you see
हमने कहा,
that?
हमने तो देखा
We
है
said that we have seen
उनमें
it.
से उन खोटो पैसों से
And amongst this
आप कोई भी
counterfeit
एक
money,
पैसा भी दे दो
you must give us at least 1 penny of it. Don't give this envelope of money, but give us this counterfeit money.
तो वो बहुत सोच में
And
पड़
he
गया,
started
खोटा
thinking
पैसा
a
तो
lot
मैं
that
समझ
I
नहीं
don't
सकता हूँ।
understand what you mean by
मैंने कहा,
counterfeit
मैं
money.
बताऊँ आपके कहाँ रखा है?
So I said, well,
कहाँ?
shall I tell you where you have
तो
placed
मैंने
it? He
कहा,
said, yes.
आपके मन
I
के
said,
जेब में
in the pocket of your
5
mind,
खोटे पैसे।
there are 5 counterfeit pennies.
कहा, हाँ,
He said,
समझ
okay,
गया।
I've understood.
तो मन के जेब में कौन से खोटे पैसे हैं?
So what are these counterfeit pennies in the
तो ये-
pocket of the
उसने भी ये
mind?
मेरे से प्रश्न किया,
And so he asked
अच्छा
me,
मैं आज दे देता हूँ
okay,
आपको।
today I will give it to you.
लेकिन मेरे
But
पास फिर वापस आ जाए तो
If it comes back to me then,
तो मैं क्या करूँ?
what shall I do?
तो हमने उसको कहा देखो
So I
आपको
told him, well,
दे देने के बाद भी मदद मिलेगी
after you give up these
कौन सी
counterfeit
मदद
pennies,
मिलेगी?
you will receive
क्योंकि
help.
आपने दे दिया ना
Because you have
तो
given
आपको
them,
याद आएगा
and so you will
कि दी
definitely
हुई चीज
remember that
कभी
things that have
वापस
been
नहीं
given
जाएगी।
away cannot be taken back.
तो याद आएगा ना आपको
So you
तो
will
फिर
remember,
आप
and so
याद करके दे देंगे
you will
रखेंगे नहीं
remember that you have given
ये
them away
फायदा
and you'll
आपको
give them away
होगा
again. And
कि
this will
आप
be useful
वापस
for
करते
you.
रहेंगे
Because even
अंदर
though
वो मन
they
में
come
feeling
back,
आएगी।
you will not take
कहिए
them back
ठीक है
as a feeling in
हमने
your
कहा
mind. He
हमको
said
सुनाओ
yes.
कुछ नहीं
He said,
कौन
don't tell
सा
us
दिया क्या
anything, which
दिया
one you've given
लेकिन
or what
अपने
you have
दिल पे
given,
प्रतिज्ञा करो
but you have made a
तो
promise in your
आप सभी
heart.
ने भी आज प्रतिज्ञा की है
So
बाबा
all of
से
you have made a
व्यर्थ
promise to
संकल्प
Baba
देने की
to give up waste thoughts.
तो कभी भी व्यर्थ संकल्प
So
आवे भी
therefore, if any waste thought does come back,
तो एक तो ये सोचना
then
कि
one
दी
thing
हुई
is
चीज
you
वापस
can
यूज
think that you
करना
cannot
दूसरे की
use
चीज
things
आप
that have
यूज
been
करो
given away
तो
and now
आपको
belong
क्या
to someone
समझा
else.
जाएगा
Because if you do, then what will that
तो
mean?
मैंने बाबा को दे दी
I have given it to
इसलिए
Baba,
मैं
and
यूज
therefore
नहीं कर
I
सकती
cannot
इसको
use them.
लेकिन ये होगा
But it will
practically
happen,
क्या होता है
practically speaking,
आपने दे तो दिया
you have
अच्छा
given them
किया
away,
है
and that's a good thing.
फायदा भी होगा
And there is
इससे
also a lot of benefit in doing
लेकिन
that. But
अगर मानो बहुत कभी कभी इतना फास्ट व्यर्थ संकल्प
sometimes
चलता है
waste thoughts
फोर्स का कोई
operate
बात हो
so
गई,
fast with so much
बहुत
force
force
because
की
something
है,
provokes
बड़ी
them.
बात है जिसको
It
हम
may
बड़ी
be
कहते
some
हैं
big
लेकिन
thing.
बहुत बड़ी
Actually,
नहीं है
it's not a big thing, but we feel like it is a big thing.
तो क्या होता है वो चलती रहती है
And then it compels us to
सोचते भी
run a
है
big stream
लेकिन फिर
of waste
बीच
thoughts.
बीच में आ
And
जाती है
we think about
तो
the
उस समय
fact
क्या
that we have
करें
given them up, but in between they do come. So
जिस
what to do
समय
at
उस
that time?
व्यर्थ
At the
बात का
time
फोर्स होता
when
है
there is a
हमारे अंदर
force of waste thoughts going
बार
on
बार याद आ
within,
जाती है
and they
तो
repeatedly
हम क्या
come
करें उस
into the
समय
mind, what should we do?
तो उस समय की बात जो है दो तीन
There are 2 or 3
विधि है
methods that you
जिससे
can
आप
use
उस पुराने
by
दी हुई
which
चीज को
you'll be able
फिर से
to
वापस कर लो
not take
एक तो
back the
आपको जब
old
व्यर्थ
things that
संकल्प
you have
जोर से
given.
चलते हैं
One thing is the waste thoughts
तो
flow with
मनन
great
शक्ति जो
speed,
मुरली बाबा
and then
चलाते
the
हैं ना
power
अमृत
of
वेले
churning that
या
Baba has
क्लास में आप
spoken
मुरली तो
about
सुनते हो
you think about this in Amrit Vela and you listen to the Murli, Baba has given you this power as a blessing. You can remember the blessing. 3 pages of Murli, all these points cannot be remembered, but there is a blessing at the end of the Murli which is special, and if you underline that blessing and remember, suppose even if you can't remember that, then at the very end there is a slogan which is even half a line, only a few words, and you might be able to remember that slogan at the end of the Murli and start churning on that. Not just repeating it, that Baba has said that you haven't to be arrogant but remain in self-respect, then you just repeat that. That doesn't mean that you have adopted it. What is the meaning of arrogance? What is the harm of having arrogance? And if you do not have arrogance and you stay in your self-respect, then by maintaining that stage, what is the experience that it provokes? And how do I hold that stage steady? By giving yourself this question and thinking over this question, what will happen is that you're thinking of a pure thought. And what you have going on is waste thoughts. So this pure thought will fill up the space in your mind. Like, for example, there is light illuminating this room, but if it suddenly becomes dark, then you switch the switch on and try to make the light again illuminate the room, and automatically the darkness is removed. You don't have to individually fill it up with bits of light, but just turning on the lights, it removes the darkness. In the same way, if you continue to think over pure thoughts, especially think about those points that are interesting for you and that strike your mind, get involved in that, and then it will alter the course of your thoughts. And the power of pure thoughts is that they change waste thoughts. There is a story about a snake, and if a snake bites you, you use venom to actually remove the poison of that snake. And so you use pure thoughts, which are also thoughts, to remove the effect of waste thoughts. It makes you light, and also it will increase your power of churning. So this is one method. Another thing is, suppose you are churning, but still those waste thoughts come back to you. You have experienced, whether you're giving a speech or listening to a class or listening to a Murli, most people forget the points, but they don't forget the stories. So if you listen to a story, you'll still remember it after a year, very quickly. You can forget the points, but you won't forget the stories. Easily they come back to your mind. At that time, when you're not able to remove the waste thoughts through churning on good points, you can then remember some stories. Since you got your Brahman birth, you have a story. You came, you saw the center, what did you like? You liked the sisters, you liked the love, you liked the knowledge. Which point of the knowledge did you like? Some people say, oh, I like the cycle. Some people say, I like the tree. Some people say, I like Baba. Some say, I like the love of the sisters. Something or another is there in your life story. Suppose you came to Abu. This is also part of your story. You thought to come to Abu, you got a ticket, and that thought would be going on that on this day you're going to go to Mount Abu, and then you came here, and how was it? You came to Gyan Sarovar, and this is what happened, and you met Baba, you met the Dadis, and this is then part of your life story. In this way, there are good moments in your life story which are really true things that happen. You can remember those stories, and they come to your mind very easily. Then your intellect will go off into the story, and your waste thoughts will be displaced and diminished by these stories. So these are some ways. Sometimes love is such a thing. You remember things to do with love. You had an experience of love. One is the knowledge of love, that Baba is there, he is the Almighty Authority, he is the Father, the Teacher, and the Satguru. So one thing is to know Baba on the basis of knowledge and know the knowledge of love, but the other is practically that if you experience through drishti or through someone or through Baba, or through some sister, or you met a sister and you experienced the love of Baba, so there's definitely some moment of love that happens in your life. And anyway, everybody comes to Baba on the basis of love. So the stories of the love of Baba and the scenes when that love was experienced, how it was, how he was sitting, what happened, this happened, and then that happened, and then the next thing happened. And in that way, you remember the story of that experience of love. And in this way, through this method, if by chance any waste thought comes back, anyway, I've given it away, so it's by mistake that it comes, it's not mine. If somebody comes by mistake, you're not going to let them come in. Suppose you've locked the door, that you don't want anybody to come in, and someone comes, then what will you do? They don't have any work with you, so what will you do? You're not going to let them enter. In this way, you can finish off your waste thoughts. And as much as you will remain attentive on this, that I am not going to engage in a stream of waste thoughts, have firm determined thought in this, and say, oh, this is a friend from a long time, so they will definitely come, so you will let the waste thought run for a little bit. But no, you have given it away, so you're not going to allow it to come back. You have to use firm determination in order to maintain this. Otherwise, if you say, well, we'll probably be able to get over it, if they come, then it's just as if a criminal has come, so immediately you have to remove them. You can't say, oh, these thoughts are very strong, they are going to come, and in that way you open the way for them. But if you have made a firm determination that you are not going to allow waste thoughts to run and you are going to finish them off, one thing is that there is the language of a careless effort, that, well, I'll think about it, this is that kind of language. And then the other is the language of firm determination, and that is, it is going to be done. It has to be done. You're very firm. When you're very firm about this, then someone may come 2 or 3 times and try and get into your space, but if you don't allow it, then they will actually get the point and go. In this way, we must act in this way towards the appearance of waste thoughts. And we can always give these to Baba. Baba has given the order. Whatever God has said is definitely useful for us. And so we will remember, whose Srimad is it? It is God's, Baba's Srimad. And He is our benefactor.
इसीलिए मेरा ही कल्याण है।
And so it is useful for me to follow his directions. And when you remember Baba, you will get the power. He is the Almighty Authority, and he has given this order. You will remember the Almighty Authority, and then naturally you will become a Master Almighty Authority, and that is going to help you to apply that determination to remove the waste thoughts. It is very good that you have made this decision and you have put them all in the yagya. From time to time, Baba gives this signal that time is coming very close, but it is before time that you have to become complete. There are some who think that when the time comes, then we'll take care of it and we'll go ahead with a bit of effort, and when the time comes, it will bring that distaste, it will help us. But Baba has asked once that if you become perfect according to time, then who is your teacher? Is it the Almighty Authority or is it time? The time is not the creator, it is creation. And so you are now learning from the creation and the creator, Shiv Baba. You are not learning from his teaching, so there's a vast difference. Therefore, do not think that, well, there is time, and at when the time comes, then I'll take care of it. Some people then get tired doing service, doing the effort, and they say, well, at the time we'll become okay. In fact, this Maya actually provokes our quality of carelessness. Therefore, the direction that Baba has given is that you have to become complete before the time. And this is a very easy yukti for it. If we do not make effort and become easy yogis and easy perfect people, these two are in front of us, Bap and Dada. Everyone has Bap Dada in front of them as you move around. So since Bap Dada are in front of you, one is the practice of becoming absolutely bodiless, which we call powerful yoga, and the other is the karma that we do in practical form. There is karma yoga. Any kind of work, we have to be doing different kinds of activities because these are called, these limbs and sense organs are called karma indriya, instruments of karma. The sannyasis say that they are beyond karma, but Baba says even if your eyes blink or you move your hand, that is also karma. So nobody can just live without moving. These are automatic actions. You have a body, therefore karma will definitely take place. But the thing is, you have to have a balance between karma and yoga. And so if we are doing some karma, let's see whether it is right or not right. Do we get success or not through this karma? These questions arise, but Brahma Baba is our symbol of karma yoga in front of us. He had performed accurate karma in front of us, and he was in physical form like us. The incorporeal one you can say, well, he's incorporeal, so you would know if you came into the body, because it's easy for the incorporeal to be bodiless. He's already bodiless. But Brahma Baba was an embodied person, and he performed karma in the practical form. He had his Lokik life to take care of and his Alokik life. He had many, he has his family, many friends and connections. He is a sample and a symbol in front of us of how to perform karma in yoga. And then Shiv Baba, the powerful incorporeal bodiless stage, he is the sample of that. And so if we do any karma, we just simply have to take the same footsteps that Brahma Baba took, follow his steps, whatever steps he took, in whatever manner he took them, it was an accurate way, and this is why he became number one. So if he had not performed the accurate way, then he would not have become avyakt, he would not have reached the goal. So it means that the way is accurate. We do not have to think whether this is accurate or not, because we have heard the entire story of Brahma Baba's life, and we have seen how Baba acted and what did he do. All of this is there in front of us as an example. And whatever Baba does, he just says, do not think whether it is right or not, but just see what steps did he take and take those steps. Sometimes we make the mistake. We start something, and it's maybe very good thing. We go for service, we get an invitation for very good service, and we think it's very good, but at the same time, there is Maya in the form of a waste thought. So I am doing good, and there should be success, but I don't know whether there will or not. And so these waste thoughts start happening, and Baba calls this, instead of being victorious, you go into waste thoughts. So it's not called doubt. Doubt is a big thing. But these waste thoughts have come and mixed into the pure thought, and then we think well, but then we mix something into it, and then we're no longer able to be successful. We use the word I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, perhaps it will happen, perhaps it won't happen. This I don't know is waste thought. And if it comes in between, then it will compromise your success. Because it is the intellect full of faith that is victorious. And if you have done some ordinary or waste thoughts, then you cannot expect to be able to achieve victory. Therefore, we have to check this in ourselves. If I do indeed want to become complete, then we have these two samples in front of us. Shiv Baba, the sample of the incorporeal, and Brahma Baba, the karma yogi. And we have to follow both of these Babas. Shiv Baba is Baba, and Brahma Baba is also called Baba. So we have to follow these fathers. What did Baba do? We keep Shiv Baba in front of us, and he is the incorporeal. How is he an incorporeal point of light? I am also an incorporeal point of light. So just as he is, so also I, the soul, have to become like that. In this way, as I move around, I remember and I follow the path of Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba, because this is a practical path of life. And Baba has given us Srimat for each step of our lives. So think about it. You get up at Amrit Vela on time, how to sit in yoga. You have Srimat for this. And then come to class, how to listen to the Murli. There is a way to listen to the Murli. Are you listening? But
जैसे बाबा जहाँ
Just as
जो
Baba
पॉइंट कहते हैं
gives a
ना,
particular
समझो
point,
खुशी की पॉइंट
suppose
कहते
he
हैं,
talks about
कोई भी
happiness
खुशी की
or
पॉइंट,
any other
तो
point,
सचमुच प्रैक्टिकल में
then
मैं खुशी
you
की
must
अनुभूति करती
experience
जाऊँ.
that, draw
समझो
that
बाबा
into
कहते
your
हैं तीन
conscious
लोक का
mind.
सैर कराता है,
Suppose he
परम
talks
धाम को
about
तुम
going to
आत्मा
the
थी,
three worlds. So
थी
you
तो
go
सही,
in those three
लेकिन
worlds.
उस
You used
समय
to be
आप वहाँ परम
in
धाम
the
में
soul
पहुँच जाओ.
world, so go there
बाबा
in your
कहता है
mind,
हम
because
अनुभव
Baba is
करते जाए.
speaking, and so
कभी बाबा
experience
सूक्ष्म
that at
वतन
that
में ले
time.
आता है,
Sometimes Baba
कभी
says,
बाबा
okay,
भक्तों
let's
के
go to
पास
the subtle region.
कलयुग का
Sometimes he
विस्तार
says,
सारा सुनाता
he
है,
talks
तो
about Kali
कलयुग
Yuga, he
का
talks
विस्तार
about
सुन
the
करके
devotees.
वैराग आता है.
And when you think
सिर्फ ये
about
नहीं
Kali Yuga,
सुने,
then you
हाँ
feel that
ऐसा भी
experience of
होता है,
distaste.
ये भी होता है,
It's
होता
not
तो
that you
है,
just heard about
होता
it, of
है तो
course you
ठीक
know
है,
it's
लेकिन
there.
ये बाबा क्यों बताता
Why
है?
does Baba speak
वैराग
about this?
दिलाने के
So
लिए.
that you can
तो
develop
अति में
distaste
दुनिया
from
जा
it.
रही है,
As the world is going
और
into the
याद आवे
extremes of
कि ये
Kali
अति
Yuga,
में जा रही है, तो
you can
अति के बाद
remember
क्या
that
होता है?
after the extremes, what happens?
अति के बाद हमेशा
After the
अंत होता है,
extreme, there is always the
और
end, and
अंत
it
के बाद
becomes the
क्या होता है?
opposite. After the end, there is the beginning.
इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं जो
And
भी
so,
मुरली की पॉइंट
whatever
सुनो
point
ना,
is being spoken in the Murli,
तो सिर्फ सुनने की रीति
it's
से
not
नहीं,
just to
अगर
be
सच
listened
बहुत
to,
अच्छी बात थी,
and that you
बहुत
say, oh,
अच्छी
that was
मुरली
very
थी,
nice, good
बड़ी
Murli,
ताकत वाली
very
थी,
powerful
फिर
Murli.
क्लास के बाद
And then
उठेंगे
after
काम
class, you
पे
get up,
जाएंगे
you
ना,
get off to
कोई
your
कहेगा
work,
क्या
and
था आज
somebody will
मुरली
say,
में,
what was in the Murli?
बहुत
And
अच्छी
you say,
मुरली
well, it
थी,
was very good.
याद कर रही हूँ,
And I'm remembering it.
तो समझो आपने सुनी,
Okay,
मुरली
you
सुनी
heard
तो
it.
सही,
You did hear it.
सुनी, लेकिन
But
उनके अनुभव में नहीं,
you didn't
अनुभव
go into
कभी
the
भूलता नहीं.
experience of it, because if you would go into the experience of it, you
कोई
would
भी
remember
आप
it.
सोचो
Nobody
जीवन
forgets their
में
experiences.
प्रैक्टिकल आपको
Anytime you
अनुभव
have
कोई
had an
चीज का हुआ
experience
हो,
in your life,
समझो आग, ये आग जलती है,
suppose the
मिश्रण है
fire
ना,
is
तो
burning,
आग जलती है, उसका सेक आपको अनुभव है
and
कि
you've
आग के
experienced
आगे
the
आधरन
heat
जैसे सेक आया था मेरे को,
of the
तो
fire,
आप
and it's
कभी नहीं हाथ वहाँ
scorched
आगे
you.
करेंगे,
You will not
क्योंकि
put
आपको
your
एक
hand
बारी
near
का
it
अनुभव हो
again,
गया ना,
because you
कभी
got
गलती
scorched
नहीं
once.
करेंगे.
You won't let yourself get
तो
scorched
जो
again.
भी अनुभव अच्छा भी होता
And
है,
so, whatever good
बुरा भी होता
experience,
है,
you had good
लेकिन
experiences
अनुभव
and
की
bad
हुई चीज जो
experiences,
होती
but
है ना,
anything that you
वो
have
कभी
actually
भूलती नहीं.
experienced, you will not be able to forget.
अभी देखो हमारी दादी जानकी
Now, Dadi
बाबा के
Janki
अनुभव की बातें कितनी सुनाती
speaks
है,
a lot about her
याद
experiences
है ना,
with
90
Baba.
बरस की हो गई है,
And because she's had
तो
90
भी याद है
years,
ना,
and so
अनुभव
she
की हुई
remembers
चीजें है
all
ना,
her experiences
अनुभव
in
की
90
चीज थोड़ी
years,
भूलती
you
है.
cannot forget
तो
things you have
इसी रीति से
experienced. In
मुरली
the
भी जो
same
हम
way,
सुनते हैं
when
ना,
you listen to the
अनुभव
Murli,
करते जाएं,
you experience
जैसे
each
बाबा
point and
हमको
take it
सैर
into
करा रहे हैं
yourself, as if
तीनों
Baba is
लोकों
taking
का,
you on a journey to
सारे
the three
ज्ञान के
worlds.
विस्तार
He
का,
is
क्योंकि
explaining
हर
the
मुरली
entire
में कोई ना
knowledge,
कोई
because
रिपीटिशन पॉइंट्स
there's
भी
plenty
होती
of
है,
repetition in the Murli, and you
लेकिन
can
हमको सैर
experience
करा रहा
each
है
point.
बाबा
He is
जी, मन
taking you
का
on a
सैर
trip
हो रहा है,
around the knowledge.
तो बहुत एंजॉय करेंगे
And
मुरली,
then you can enjoy the
और
Murli
मुरली
very
याद
much,
रहेंगी,
and you will also remember the
अनुभव
Murli,
आपको याद आएगा.
because
चलो
you will
8
remember it
अनुभव
as
में
an
से
experience.
3 अनुभव भी याद रहे तो भी
Suppose you
अच्छा है,
got 3 experiences, that
क्योंकि
too
उसी
is good,
अनुभव के
because
आधार
on the
से
basis of that
आप सारा
experience,
दिन
you
उसमें ही
will be
रमण करती
churning
रहेंगी.
about this
कभी भी
throughout the
कुछ
whole
हुआ
day.
आपको वही
Anything
अनुभव
that
याद आएगा.
happened, you will experience
इसी
it and
रीति से
remember the
मुरली सुनी,
experience. In this way,
मुरली
listen
तो
to the
बहुत अच्छी
Murli.
होती
The
है, और
Murli is
मुरली
very good,
इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं जहाँ तक
and
हो सके ना
as much as possible,
सवेरे का क्लास जरूर करो,
everyone must definitely
लेकिन
attend
कईयों
the
की
class,
काम
but there
होती
are
है
some people who have
नहीं
such
कर
work that
सकते
they're
हैं,
not able to
लेकिन
attend the
क्या
class.
है, कोशिश करो.
But you must try.
अगर मानो आपको टाइम नहीं है
Suppose you don't
तो
have
भी
time.
मुरली का बुक तो होता है ना,
You have the book of the
उनमें
Murlis,
से कुछ न कुछ आप जरूर अपने
and you
बुद्धि
can
के मनन के
definitely keep
लिए
some points from the
पॉइंट
books
जरूर पढ़
to
करके
churn on
जाओ,
in your mind before you go off
या
to your
फोन में ही
work.
पूछ लो.
Or you can
आजकल
phone
तो
up and ask
चलते
what was
फिरते
in
का
the
भी
Murli
फोन है
today.
ना,
Now people have mobile phones, so
तो
while you're on the
फोन
go,
में ही
you can
पूछ लो,
still
कैसे
call
भी करो,
on the mobile phone
लेकिन
and find out the Murli
सवेरे सवेरे
points.
जो है
But the early morning time,
ज्ञान की point जो है,
whatever is the point of knowledge that Baba gives in the Murli, you can listen to it or read it at home. If you can't read it, then you don't have any time to read, you can definitely listen to one or two points or the question or read the blessing. Okay, even if you don't have time for the blessing, then you can read that line of the slogan. I don't believe that anyone doesn't have time to read even the slogan, but you definitely need something to churn in your mind and intellect through the day. And Baba has also given directions during the time of the Murli. And then after the Murli, go for karma. In what way should you perform your karma? Baba has given very good points. If you do any kind of karma, do not think that I am doing this, but Baba is the one who gets things done, and he is getting it done through me. This is one very important point. He is the one, remember, the one who is getting the karma done, and I am the instrument, the trustee of these physical sense organs. The other thing is, Baba has said that the soul which is in this body, the soul is the one who gets things done through this sense organs of the body. If the soul is removed from the body, then it cannot do any karma. They put a lot of wood on it and burn the body. If the soul was there, it would remove that wood and throw it off and jump out. So the soul is also the one who gets things done through the body, and the Supreme Soul is the one who gets things done through someone. So the soul is Karavanhar, and the Supreme Soul is also Karavanhar. Baba says, the one who gets things done, if you remember him, even just one word at the time of karma, then you will remain detached and loveful. I remember when we used to go at the beginning for service, we used to speak Sindhi language, and wherever we went, they were Hindi speakers. And Baba went suddenly, we didn't know. We had 14 years, we didn't have the slightest idea that we could leave Mama and Baba and go out for service. And we had so much love for Baba that leaving Baba seemed for us to be a very, very major thing. But Baba is very clever, and see how he sent us with a very great cleverness. Baba gave a class to us. Baba used to come and speak the Murli. So Baba had asked a question, and he said, "Children, are you canals or rivers?" So who's going to say, well, I'm a canal? Because the ditch, not a canal, but a ditch has stagnant water in it, and then a river has clean water in it. So he said, to put your hands up, who thinks I'm a river? So everybody put their hands up. I'm a river. Nobody said I'm a ditch. Then Baba asked a second question. And he said, what does a river do? A river flows. A river flows, doesn't it? A river doesn't stop and sit somewhere. So then Baba said, well, you have to flow. Now you put your hand up that you are a river, so it means you're going to have to flow. You have to go. Because you're not a ditch that just sits there with stagnant water in it. You're a river. And so you'd already said yes, you'd already put your hand up, so you couldn't say no, you couldn't take it back, so you're going to have to go, because whatever Baba says, you're going to have to do it. So then when we went,
जाने की हिस्ट्री तो बड़ी लंबी
It's a
चौड़ी है
big
और
history of
हम जब
us
निकले
going,
हैं
but when we
आपको
left,
पता हो आप तो
you know,
बिल्कुल मक्खन निकला है और आप खाने पर आ गए हो बहुत लकी हो
he
बहुत
said,
अच्छे
you are
लकी
very
और
lucky.
हम लोगों को
You have
मेहनत
got all the
करनी पड़ी
butter.
मक्खन निकालने की मेहनत करनी
Now we
पड़ी
have to make the effort to
बाबा ने
emerge
कहा
the butter. And Baba had
जाए तो
said,
बाबा ने कहा कहाँ जाना है बाबा
where
कोई निमंत्रण नहीं था
there was no invitation at
कहाँ
all.
जाना है
So where do we have to
हमको
go?
किसका निमंत्रण है
Whose
हम जहाँ
invitation is
जाएंगे वो
there?
कहाँ रहेंगे
So where will we
ये भी
go?
नहीं
Where
था
will we stay? That wasn't there at all.
बाबा ने पता है चतुराई से क्या कहा
So then
हमने
what
कहा
did Baba
बाबा
say? We said,
हमको
Baba,
एड्रेस वगैरह का तो पता ही नहीं है
we
हमको
don't know
समझो
an
बस
address where we have to
हमको भेजा
go.
लखनऊ में
Suppose we
क्या
say
कहते हैं
Baba
इंडिया में
sent us
लखनऊ
to
तो
Lucknow.
हमने लखनऊ तो देखा ही नहीं
So I've
पता
never
ही नहीं
even seen
लखनऊ भी
Lucknow.
होता है
I
क्या
didn't even
होता
know
है
there was such a thing as
बाबा ने कहा
Lucknow.
लखनऊ जाना है
Baba said, you have to go to Lucknow.
ठीक है
So I said,
लखनऊ
okay,
जाना है
I'll go to
कोई
Lucknow.
निमंत्रण नहीं
There was no invitation.
और बाबा ने कहा जाके
And Baba said, go
तुमको सेंटर खोलना है
and open a center.
अभी सेंटर तो खोलना है मकान कौन सा जिसमें सेंटर
So in what house should we open a center?
बाबा ने कहा
Baba said,
चतुराई देखो बाबा
you see how clever he
बाबा
is?
ने कहा बच्चे
Baba said,
तुमने
child,
सुना है
have you
कि
heard
अंधों ने मुल्तान ढूंढा था
that
अंधों ने
the blind
ढूंढा था
person was looking for Multan? And what are you? You have the three eyes. We said, yes, we have the third eye.
तो त्रिनेत्री
So somebody who has the third eye,
नहीं ढूंढ सकती
how can they not find the
अंधों
place?
ने मुल्तान ढूंढा
Since the
और
blind
तुम
person found
त्रिनेत्री
Multan and you have
क्या
the
नहीं
third
कर
eye,
सकती हो
what can you not do?
अभी बाबा को क्या कही
So then what could we say to
आप
Baba?
होती तो क्या कहते
If it was you, what would you
हाँ ही
say?
करते ना
You'd have to say, okay, yes, I will find it.
चल पड़े
And so off we went.
और हमारी सिंधी भाषा
And we had a
मैं
Sindhi
जो सुना रही
language.
थी बात वो सुनाती हूँ
I'm
तो
telling
हमारी
you,
सिंधी भाषा
we would
और
only be able
भाषण
to
सुनने
speak
वाले
Sindhi.
जो है
And
वो
the
हिंदी
people who were supposed to listen
तो
to us
हमने
spoke
हमने
only
कहा बाबा
Hindi.
हम तो
So we
जाने
said
के
to
लिए
Baba,
तैयार है
we're ready to
लेकिन
go,
हमारी
but
भाषा में जो सिंधी शब्द निकलते हैं
we
ना
have Sindhi words in
तो
our
वो लोग
language,
समझ में
and
नहीं
those people
आएंगे
don't understand us.
तो बाबा ने बहुत
So Baba
जवाब अच्छा दिया
gave a very good
बाबा ने
answer.
कहा
Baba said,
तुमको भाषण करना है
you have to give a lecture, is that
बाबा
what it is?
करेंगी तो मैं ही ना
Baba is going
बाबा
to
ने
get it
कहा
done.
तुम इंस्ट्रूमेंट हो
He said, you are
या नहीं
instruments or not?
हाँ
I
इंस्ट्रूमेंट
said,
है
yes, we are
तो तुम
instruments.
क्यों सोचती हो
So why are you wondering about this question?
जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट चलाने वाला है
The one who is going to
वो
use the
चलाएगा ना
instrument, he
तुम
is
तो
going to play
इंस्ट्रूमेंट
the
हो ना
instrument.
तो
You're the
तुम ये
instrument.
याद
You,
रखो
all you have to
रखना जब
remember
भी स्पीच
when you
करो
have to give a
तो ये
speech,
याद रखना
just
कि
remember
बाबा
that
कराने
Baba
वाला
is the one who is
करावनहार
getting it
मेरे
done,
मुख द्वारा
and through my
करेगा
mouth he will say
तुम
whatever
अपने
has to be
एकदम
said.
मैंपन नहीं लाना
So do not have this
यही याद
consciousness
रखना
of I.
बाबा
Simply
अभी
remember,
मैं स्टेज
Baba,
पर आई हूँ
I'm on
आप
the
जो
stage.
मेरे
Now
से
whatever
कहना
you
है
have to say through me, you will say.
और सचमुच ऐसा
And
हुआ
truly, this is what happened.
जो हमने पहला भाषण किया ना
The first speech that I
भाषण के
made,
बाद
after the
सभी
speech,
जो भी सुनने
everybody who
वाली
was
थी
listening,
मेजॉरिटी माताएं
and the
थी
majority were
लेकिन
women,
जो भी थी
and whoever
वो
they
सब
were,
कहे
they all
ये
said,
देवियाँ कहाँ से आई
where
हैं
did this
ये
deity come
देवियाँ
from?
है
You are like a
ये
goddess.
देवियाँ बड़ी
These are
अच्छी
like
लगती है
goddesses. They look
देवियाँ
very
देवियाँ कहने लगी
wonderful.
तो
And they
बड़का
started
पन
calling
गया
us deities. So that meant
हमको
that we
खुश
had
हो गए
impressed them. So we were
भाई
happy.
बाबा ने कराया
So Baba had
और
got it
देवियाँ भी
done.
बढ़ गए
And then
और
they
यही
thought that
पढ़ा
we were deities.
अच्छा
So
हो
that's
गया
great.
तो बाबा हमको भी
So
कहते हैं
in that way,
कोई भी
Baba
कर्म
said to
करो
us, whatever work you do,
इंस्ट्रूमेंट समझ के
always
करो
think you are an instrument and do
हमको
it.
प्रैक्टिकल अनुभव है
And I
इसका
have this practical
और हम जब गए
experience.
हैं
And then when I
सेंटर
went
खोलने के
to open the
लिए
center,
तो आप सोचो क्या
you can
होगा
think what's going to
पहले
happen.
धर्मशाला में जाके
So
रहे
first of all, we
और
went to a
सेवा
traveler's
करके
rest house and we
हमको
served,
एमएलए क्वार्टर्स मिले
and we got
जहां
the
हमारे
quarters of
पहले
the
स्टूडेंट 15 एमएलए बने
the MLAs, which are the
देखो बाबा
members of
की
the Legislative Assembly, and our first
तो
students were
क्या
15
नहीं हो सकता
MLAs.
है
So all sorts of things are possible.
इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं
And
तो
so
हम
Baba says,
ज्यादा भारी पुरुषार्थ नहीं करें।
you should not have heavy effort. You
जो
should just simply
श्रीमत
follow the Father.
सुभाष के
And
कर्म
the
से लेकर
Shrimat
के
that you
रात्रि
get, you
तक
just
मिली है ना।
follow
अच्छा
it from
खाना
the early
बनाओ
morning
कैसे
to the
वो भी
night.
है
If you have to
श्रीमत,
make food, there is Shrimat for
खाओ
that.
कैसे वो भी
How
है,
should you eat?
चलो कैसे वो भी है,
How should you move
बैठो
around?
कैसे,
How should you
किस
sit?
स्मृति में बैठो वो
In
भी
what
है।
consciousness
बस
you should
इत्यादि
think.
श्रीमत।
Baba gave Shrimat for every possible
सोने की भी
activity.
श्रीमत
There
है।
is even Shrimat
सो
how
तो
to
पहले
sleep.
कैसे सो,
So if you sleep,
पहले
then
क्या
how?
सोचो,
What should you
पीछे
think?
सो।
And then sleep.
तो सब सुबह को अमृत वेले
So
से
from the early
लेके
morning Amrit Vela
रात्रि
all the way
तक
to the
हमको
night,
श्रीमत
we have
मिली है हर
Shrimat.
कर्म की।
We have Shrimat for each and every karma.
सोचो कैसे,
How to
बोलो
think,
क्या,
how to speak, what
देखो
to
क्या,
say, how to look through
देखने
your
की भी
eyes.
श्रीमत है ना।
There's even
भाई
Shrimat
भाई
for
देखो,
looking. You look at the
शरीर
brothers.
नहीं देखो।
Do not look at the
सोचो
body, look
क्या,
at the brother soul.
ज्ञान का मनन करो
And
या
think of
अशरीरी बनो,
knowledge or
सोचने का
become
भी मिला है,
bodiless. You even got
करने का भी
instructions
मिला
how to
है।
think, how to do,
सुनो
how
सुनो
to
क्या सुनो
listen.
क्या नहीं
What
सुनो
should
वो
you
भी
listen to,
डायरेक्शन
what should you
मिली,
not listen to? You have directions for
सब
that.
डायरेक्शन मिली
All
है। उस
directions are there.
डायरेक्शन पर मान अगर हम सिर्फ
And if we
श्रीमत
simply
ये
act
है
according to
वो करना
Shrimat,
है, बस यही
and
सहज
that's it,
पुरुष।
that's easy effort.
योग करो अभी।
Now we'll have traffic control.
इस विधि से हम सहज योगी
We can become easy
स्वतः ही
yogis
बन जाए,
automatically
क्योंकि योगी तो हम सब है,
because we are all yogis.
लेकिन
However,
कोई सहज योगी
some
है
are easy yogis
और कोई कभी मुश्किल कभी
and some
सहज।
are sometimes difficult yogis and sometimes easy yogis.
बाबा के बस फॉलो करने से टाली करो, बाबा ने ऐसे
So
किया,
just
बाबा ने ऐसे
follow
कहा,
Baba. Baba did
वही
this,
मुझे
Baba said
करना है।
this, I have to do the same.
सहज हो जाएगा ना,
And
बस
it will
बाबा ने
become
किया है
easy.
वो करना है।
Baba has done it, so that has to be done.
तो सहज योगी हो आप,
Then you are all easy yogis, aren't you?
मुश्किल योगी तो नहीं अच्छा
You're
है
not
ना।
difficult yogis, are you?
और बस बाबा यही कहता है
And Baba says this,
कि एक आप करावनहार शब्द भी याद रखो ना, आत्मा से
just
भी
remember this word
और
Karavanhar, but whether it applies to the soul or to Shiv Baba,
तो बिल्कुल ही
the one who
एकदम
gets
easy
it done
योगी हो।
through the physical body, then you become absolutely easy yogis.
मेहनत कराने वाले की है, कराने वाला
Effort is when
कराएगा,
you try
मैं
to
तो
do the
निमित्त
thing, but if you say, no, I'm just the instrument and he is getting everything done, then where is the
बहुत
question of
सहज हो
effort?
जाता है।
It all becomes very
ठीक
easy.
है,
Is this
ओके,
okay?
बाबा के इतने बच्चे आए हैं,
So many
इंटरनेशनल,
children of Babas have come from all over the
इतना अच्छा
world.
लगता है।
Baba loves the international family.
और ब्रह्मा बाबा ने साकार में
And in physical form, Brahma
कितना
Baba
आप बच्चों को,
had
फॉरेनर्स को याद किया,
remembered
अभी
you
भी
foreign
मुरलियाँ
children a
सुनते
lot,
होंगे,
and now you even
तो
listen to the
उसमें देखते
Murli,
होंगे
and you can see
कितने
this.
बार बाबा
How
फॉरेन में
often
जाएंगे,
Baba
फॉरेन में चित्र
says
ले
you will
जाएंगे,
go to foreign
ये
countries,
दिखाएंगे,
you
वहाँ
will
को
take the
बहुत अच्छा
pictures, those
लगेगा,
people will like
भाग
it,
के आएंगे,
and they will run here.
तो याद किया, कितना याद किया
So
है
you can see
साकार में
how
बाबा
much
ने,
Baba had
वो
remembered all
आज
of you in the
प्रैक्टिकल में
Sakar
देखा।
days, and we are seeing the result of that in a
और
practical
पांची
form.
खंडों से आ गए,
People from all 5 continents are
विश्व
here,
हो गया ना,
and so that means the whole world is here.
विश्व कल्याणकारी है तो विश्व
So
की
Baba
आने
is the
चाहिए
world
ना।
benefactor, and therefore people
और
from
अभी
the whole world
कितने
should
हो
come.
गए हैं बाबा के
And
बच्चे,
now see how many
लेकिन
Baba's
बाबा को और
children
भी
there
ज्यादा
are,
चाहिए
and
बच्चे।
Baba wants more children even.
बाबा कहते हैं मेरे सभी विश्व की आत्माएं
And
सारे
Baba
मेरे
says,
बच्चे हैं ना,
all the souls of
उनको
the world
कम
are
से
my
कम ये तो
children.
पता पड़े कि
And
हमारा
so at
बाबा
least they should know that
आया
our
है।
Father has come.
तो उसके लिए हम लोग सभी तैयारी
And
कर
so
रहे
we
हैं
are making preparations for that.
और जरूर होना ही है
And it
विश्व
will
कल्याणकारी
definitely
बाबा
happen.
है ही तो विश्व
Baba
का
is the
कल्याण तो
world
होना ही है
benefactor, and
फिर भी
world
बच्चे
benefit
हैं
must
बाप
take
से
place.
चलो मुक्ति का ही वर्षा सही
And they will at least
कुछ
get
तो
the
वर्षा
inheritance
देंगे
of liberation. They should
बाप
get
है
at least
बच्चे
something,
हैं
because he is
सभी
the father and all other children.
तो हम लोगों को तो बाबा जीवन मुक्ति का
And so
वर्षा दे
Baba has
रहा
given
है
us the inheritance
लेकिन
of
वो भी मुक्ति में
liberation
तो
in
जाएंगे
life,
ना
but the others will get at
ये तो
least
पता पड़े
liberation,
मुक्तिदाता आया है
because they should at least know the
कुछ तो
bestower of
होंगे
liberation has come.
तो सभी को लक्ष्य रखना चाहिए
And so everyone should have this aim.
अभी तो बाबा ने ये भी लास्ट में कहा था
Baba
कि
had said at
सिंगल
the end,
सर्विस नहीं करो
do not do single
सिर्फ वाणी
service.
से सेवा करनी
Do
है
not
ये
only
सिंगल
serve
सर्विस
through your voice, because that's single
लेकिन
service,
अपने अनुभूति द्वारा
but
अपने
through your
मनसा शक्ति
experience,
द्वारा
through the power of your
क्या
mind,
आप किरणें नहीं बेच सकती हो
can you not extend rays?
लाइट हाउस बाबा ने कहा ज्वालामुखी बनो
Can you not become a lighthouse or a
लाइट हाउस
volcano?
जो है वो चारों ओर लाइट
Because a
फैलाता है
lighthouse spreads light in all four directions.
अगर हम लाइट हाउस रूप में बैठे
So if we sit in
तो
the form of a
ऑटोमेटिकली
lighthouse,
हमारी लाइट
automatically
जाएगी
our
ना
light
चारों
will
तरफ
extend in all four directions.
लाइट माइट हाउस की स्थिति में स्थित हो
So
जाए
hold the
बस
self stable in the stage of a lighthouse
ऑटोमेटिकली
and a
लाइट
might house,
जाएगी
and light will automatically go.
मास्टर सूर्य की स्टेज बाबा कहते हैं
Baba spoke of the master sun
सूर्य कभी
stage.
सोचता नहीं
The
है
sun never thinks
कि मैं
that
फलाने
I
को किरणा दे रहा
should
हूँ
give a ray to someone,
जहाँ जिसको जो चाहिए वो सूर्य से मिलता है
but wherever anybody is, they can get what they want
जैसे
from the
देखो
sun.
कहाँ तो पानी को सुखाता है सूर्य
Sometimes the sun
की
dries up the
किरणें
water,
हमारी लाइट माइट की किरणें हैं
because these are
लेकिन कहाँ पानी को
strong
सुखाता है
rays.
कहाँ बादल बना
Sometimes
करके पानी
it
बरसाता भी
evaporates the water, which then becomes
अभी
clouds,
उसको
and
ये
then
थोड़ी
that
पता है कि
rains.
यहाँ सुखाना है यहाँ
And the sun
पानी
doesn't think,
पैदा करना
okay,
है
here it has to
कोई
make
संकल्प
clouds and
थोड़ी
there it
करता
has to
है
create the
ऑटोमेटिकली
dryness, but this whole thing happens by itself.
जिसको जो चाहिए किरणा से वो
And
लाभ
so
मिलता
whatever
रहता
you
है
want
हम भी
from
लाइट
the
हाउस
rays,
माइट
you
हाउस
can
होकर
get.
के
And so
स्थित
we
होंगे
also must
हमको
hold
ये नहीं
ourselves
सोचना
stable
है
in
सुख
light,
दो शांति
and
दो
we don't
आनंद दो
need to
प्यार
think,
दो
should we give peace
नहीं
or love or
ऑटोमेटिकली जिस आत्मा को
bliss,
जो
but
चाहेगा
whatever a
ना
soul wishes to
जो
get,
इच्छा
they will
होंगी
get
वो उसको अनुभूति होती
according to
रहे
their desire, and they will have that experience.
इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं आजकल
And so Baba
ज्वालामुखी
says
रूप
you
रखो
have to adopt the form of the
मनन शक्ति
volcano.
अलग चीज है रूह ध्यान
The
अलग
stage
चीज है
of churning is
देह
different,
अभिमान में
and
रहना वो भी
spiritual
स्टेज है
conversation,
लेकिन ये
staying
लाइट
in the
माइट रूप हो बस
stage of soul
चारों
consciousness,
ओर
but
लाइट
this is
फैल
the
रही
stage of light and might.
ऑटोमेटिक
And so let that power and intensity
लाइट
spread in
हाउस
all
का स्विच ऑन
directions.
हुआ ऑटोमेटिकली लाइट फैलती
Switch
हम भी
on the light of
स्मृति
the
का स्विच
lighthouse
ऑन
and it
करते हैं
spreads.
मैं
So
लाइट
just
हाउस
put
माइट
on
हाउस
the
हूँ
switch of awareness
सर्व
that I am
शक्तिवान हूँ
a
सर्व
lighthouse,
शक्तियाँ है
a might
उस
house.
स्टेज पर स्थित होंगे
Stabilize in that
ऑटोमेटिकली
stage,
स्मृति
and
का स्विच ऑन
the
हुआ
switch is
और
on
लाइट
and the
माइट
light
फैलती
and might is spread.
तो इसी रीति से बाबा आजकल हम
In
सब
this
बच्चों
way,
को
Baba
कहते हैं
is
ओम
speaking to us
शांति
children today.